time for another movie. This is a recommendation from my dad, although we've both have read the book, Roadside Picnic, I think it was. And it was many years ago since I've read it, and I liked the book. There were two things that I still remember from it. One, the idea of the zone, the world building, that if in case I move my hand in the zone without thinking much, then the hand is sliced in half because there's this unseen wire that slices it. And so you need to be someone skilled enough who can see all the traps. That was a cool concept. And yeah, like how do you even come up with that? It always fascinates me, these people who write all these books, like where do they get it from? I mean, some of them are a little bit tortured by that. I'm looking at a book by Philip K. Dick, and that that dude, he even wrote. I don't remember which book it was. Ubik or something. In that book, there was a character who got beamed information from space, and when I read the book, I was concerned about the author, not the character. I was concerned about the author. And when I Googled what Dick went through, yeah, apparently he himself believes he received a beam from somewhere. Beam of information. Yeah, so sometimes when you come up with such crazy concepts, maybe the reality of your life is a little bit too bizarre for the rest of us to comprehend. I don't know if we would choose that though, but it's fun for me as a semi-normal person to read the books that such people come up with. That's fun. And another thing I remember from the Roadside Picnic is, well, they went to the zone to begin with because it grants wishes and then you can get what you want. But somehow, every single time the wish was fulfilled, it was hollow, like shallow. It lacked substance. I remember there was a character who saw this extremely beautiful girl and wanted her for some reason, and she wasn't interested in him, but then gave herself to him anyway, and there was no point in it. There was no point in having someone like that. She was just not there, just a beautiful carcass, nothing else, because she was created from that gift. She was a gift fulfilled from the zone. Yeah, and there was no point in all of it anymore. So, do we really know what we wish for? Should those wishes be fulfilled? Or should they be fulfilled so that we learn that that's not what we wanted? Also, there's something to be said about wants and desires. I think underneath all of them is an unmet need. And perhaps the need can be met in real life, not in some fantasy realm that grants wishes. Yeah, what do we want when nobody's looking? What do we want really? Yeah, so I'm in a mood today, a philosophical mood. I think this movie might be a good match. Let's see. Also, I'm slightly frustrated by everything and done with everything. Why? Well, I'll be getting my period tomorrow, so maybe there's something to be said about a woman and the, how do you call it? The hormonal cocktail she's going through at this stage. Yeah, it's like, do not approach unless you have something tasty or you're offering comfort in exactly the way she wants. Otherwise, fuck off. I repeat, do not approach. But even though I think I am more of a exposed nerve now, it's also good because I have zero tolerance for bullshit. And I have all the tolerance for something that's true and meaningful. And if this movie is that, then I will go there, I will feel what's there to feel. Also, I didn't realize this movie will be in Russian, so English subtitles, thank you. There's no way I'll understand anything without them. My Russian language skills are very minimal, although I did study it in school, and there were all the possibilities in the world for me to be fluent by now. I just didn't want to be fluent for reasons that are mental. Some old grudges held. But one day. I did read 3 Harry Potter books in Russian. so I can read child's literature and understand. Well, I could understand the concept always, but not necessarily each word. So I have some skills, but definitely nothing like this, which will be slow and philosophical, maybe poetic. Yeah, for that, I definitely want some subtitles, I think. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect emotionally, except that I sort of know the story, but I don't know how much this movie will take after the book. I don't remember the feel of the book. Was it hopeless? Was it I'm tired of life? I don't remember really. I'm not sure what I'm getting into because I will feel the feelings, I think, with this one. Anyway, I've been talking for like 10 minutes. I might be procrastinating starting this. So without further ado, let's watch. This is also quite an old movie. It's from 1979. Let's see. Janos films. Oh, wow. That's a very Russian sculpture. Right. I'll probably have to wait 10 minutes for all the intros. Oh, here we go. I love the music. Oh, wow. Is this the correct visual? Weird aspect ratio as well. Stalker. Very strange visual so far. Hard to see. Yeah, roadside picnic. I forget the author. Andrei Tarkovsky. I don't think I watched anything from him. It's so strange to watch Russian movie. I used to avoid them like the plague. Because at some point that was all that was. Even all the fairy tale movies I could watch on these cassette things, they were all in dubbed Russian. Thank you, Eduard Artemiev, for nice music. Poems? I wonder if the visuals will stay the same or they will change. As in, like, are we gonna see people clearly? More clearly than now? Or this is what we'll get? Художники? That's like wizards? It's hard to read Russian letters. This intro music reminds me of, let's say you're somewhere in the desert or where there are mountains and you're just sitting there and playing a flute or something. A little bit Kill Bill, you know, when he was playing his flute. Was it a meteorite or a visitation? Well, whatever it was, in our small country there appeared a miracle, the zone. We sent in troops, no one returned. Then we surrounded the zone with a security cordon. We did, right? Although I'm not sure. From an interview with Nobel Prize winner Professor Wallace to an RAI correspondent. Впрочем, не знаю. Interesting. Okay. Bedroom. This is shot so... I mean, not only weirdly, but the colors are so strange. I think that's... Well, obviously that's on purpose. Also, who knows what equipment they had at this time. This does not look overly cozy. The floor is wet. Train. This does not look cozy at all. I feel like this is a good place to have nightmares. In case, you know, we didn't have enough of those. Someone old living here? The crutches there? The ball under the bed? Well, that could be for cleaning. I still grew up in the times where a smaller bowl was put under the bed so you could pee during the night. Old people would do that so that I didn't have to go a long way to the outhouse during the night. Well, not like a bowl, like a potty. It was specifically for that reason and not used for anything else. And as a child, I also wanted that because I thought it was cool. So even though I'm quite young, I experienced a very different way of living, but even then there was electricity at least, even though it was before internet, before phones, before mobile phones. Someone sick a little bit? Oh, I like that now we are having some close-up shots. It's easier to see them. That's good. Is he happy to observe his family sleeping peacefully? I think men do this more than women. Just, they look at the people they love, just observe them. I think it's a very lovely thing to do. So she's awake? That's not a happy waking when you wake up and you're just there without moving somewhere. You're not yawning, you're not happily moving around. Yeah, I guess what's there to be happy about? Well, you have your family. You have an apple. Something is there. I like trains. I like train tracks. I used to walk on them for no apparent reason after school. Is it cold here? What did he take? I appreciate when people are getting dressed quietly without waking others. Very nice and respectable. And now, is he just quietly getting ready or he's sneaking off? If it was his wife that was awake and didn't move, then there might be some unresolved things here. Is he planning to resolve them in some roundabout way? You would probably already know all the squeaky floor planks, and you could step on the ones that are not as squeaky. Oh, that's like final look at them. Oh, he's definitely off to somewhere. The zone? Search for a better life? Okay, she's up now. She could confront him. Oh well. A very simple life.
Ты зачем мои часы взял? Куда ты собрался, я тебя спрашиваю?
Yeah.
Ведь ты же мне слово дал. Я же тебе поверила.
Already some very good acting. Her voice and her expression, it hits me. I'm in for some pain with this movie, I think.
Ну хорошо, о себе ты не хочешь думать, а мы? Ты о ребенке своем подумай. Ведь я же старухой стала. Ты меня догнал.
Тише. Мартышку разбудишь.
Я не могу тебя все время ждать. Я умру.
Is he someone who goes to the zone? Or, I think that would be the most dangerous thing to do in this movie. He probably is doing this for them, though. Why would you risk your life otherwise? What else is there to risk it for? I wonder why he doesn't tell her that. Also, who nicknames their child Monkey?
Ведь ты же собирался работать.
Hmm.
Тебе же обещали нормальную человеческую работу.
Человеческую. Human job.
Я скоро вернусь.
Ай, в тюрьму ты вернешься. Только теперь тебе дадут не 5 лет, а 10. А я за эти 10 лет сдохну.
Господи, тюрьма. Да мне везде тюрьма. Пусти.
Не пущу.
Пусти,
Не пущу.
What did he mean that he's already imprisoned everywhere? No relief anywhere? Oh, poor wife. I mean, understandable, I think. It's just interesting what his perspective is. What is he so dissatisfied with? I mean, these are harsh conditions, but there's something else. Also, don't cut yourself too short. You will be alive in 10 years. Russian ladies are very durable.
Ну и катись!
I'm very not happy, perhaps last time seeing each other. You know, these are the words you say, and then you regret them if the person never comes back. You better say something nice in the end. And may you rot there, yeah. And if you never see him again, then that's the last thing you said. Oh, nice. Nice mist.
Дорогая моя, мир непроходимо скучен. И поэтому ни телепатии, ни привидения, ни летающих тарелок. Ничего этого быть не может. Мир управляется чугунными законами. Это невыносимо скучно.
I like what he's saying, but also the way he's saying it, his tone, his voice. He's a dreamer. Wow. And yeah, of course, then he would be not having fun with the reality he has. Oh, this is so cool. He's in a completely different universe in his head. But he seems like someone you can have a good conversation with if you talk about these things.
И законы эти, увы, не нарушаются. Они не умеют нарушаться.
А как же Бермудский треугольник?
Нет никакого Бермудского треугольника. Есть треугольник АБЦ, который равен треугольнику А', Б', С'.
What?
Вы чувствуете, какая унылая скука заключена в этом утверждении? Вот в средние века было интересно.
In Middle Ages, heads were rolling all across the streets. I mean, it was interesting, but... And you got the plague, so many of them. I mean, interesting it is, but a lot of range comes with interesting. You know, you get the entire spectrum. Each church had God. Is that a rare thing now? God?
Люди были молоды. А теперь каждый четвертый старик.
Wow.
Скучно, мой ангел. Ой, как скучно.
My ангел.
Потому что если Бог – это тот самый треугольник, эта дама любезно согласилась идти с нами в зону. Она мужественная женщина, ее зовут... Простите, вас, кажется, зовут...
Так вы что?
It's cool that he talks to her so friendly, in such a friendly way, and doesn't even know her name. I think he doesn't care. If there was a god, he would be in the triangle. I guess.
Сейчас я все объясню.
But zone is very dangerous. Why would you go there, lady? It's not an excursion. It's not some sort of Disneyland.
Идите.
Кретин.
She took it well.
Все-таки напились. Я? В каком смысле? Я просто выпил.
I simply had a drink, as does half of all humanity. Whoa. Wow, everybody is like, done. Good. Good mood, I like. I hope that there will be equal amounts of hope by the end. Otherwise, this is then a bit too much, I think. Просто выпил. Oh, wow. Such clean door. Okay, I want to see the zone, please.
Черт, поналивали тут.
Did they spill it, or you have issues with balance?
Пейте, пейте, рано еще. Ну что, может, по стаканчику на дорогу, а? Как вы считаете?
Always a good time to drink?
Уберите это. А, понятно. Сухой закон. Алкоголизм – бич народов. Ну что ж, будем пить пиво.
As if beer isn't alcohol. The optimism, though, is good, yes. Although he drinks. You're not overly optimistic if you drink, you know.
Это что, с нами?
Ничего, он протрезвеет. Ему тоже туда надо.
I like the dude that we haven't met yet is like, "Hey, really? This dude is coming with us?" Will be such a liability. Well, maybe. But I like his attitude. He also needs to go there. So it is what it is.
Вас зовут писатель.
Хорошо, а как зовут меня?
А вас? Вас профессор.
Easy.
Ага, понятно.
Ага,
Я
понятно.
писатель, и меня, естественно, все почему-то зовут Писатель.
И о чем же вы пишете?
Ой, о читателях.
Ну, очевидно, ни о чем другом и писать не
Ну,
стоит.
конечно, писать вообще не стоит. Ни о чем.
There's no sense in writing about anything. Write about your saucers and the aliens and whatever you wanted. And so what? They're looking for hope? Some sort of meaning, purpose to make all of this worthwhile?
В одном месте копнули, ага. Ядро состоит из протонов. Треугольник АБЦ равен треугольнику
Stop
А',
it.
Б', С'. А вот у меня другое дело. Я эту самую истину выкапываю, а в это время с ней что-то такое делается, что выкапывал-то я истину. А выкопал кучу, извините, не скажу чего.
Shit.
А вот стоит в музее какой-нибудь античный горшок. А нынче он вызывает всеобщее восхищение лаконичностью рисунка и неповторимостью формы.
Okay, and
Все
your point?
охают, ахают. Подсунул его археологам какой-нибудь
Hmm.
шутник.
И вы все время об этом думаете?
Боже, сохрани. Я вообще редко думаю, мне это вредно.
Ведь невозможно писать и при этом все время думать об успехе или, скажем, наоборот, о провале.
True. Natürlich.
Если меня не будут читать через 100 лет, то на кой мне хрен тогда вообще писать?
What do you mean? You write for yourself. You don't have to leave a legacy every single time when you do something, you know? If you don't care about it, you will leave it. Your works will be admired hundreds and thousand years after you. But if you want to do it for that, I don't think it will work. Comes with some sort of unforeseen consequences if you try to force it that way.
Так вы что же, исписались?
Что? Да, пожалуй, в каком-то смысле.
Looking for that muse.
Это наш поезд.
Поехали. Okay, let's go.
Люгер,
Natürlich.
если я не вернусь, зайти к Жене.
He said he promises to come back. He can't promise that. Good luck. May your adventures be
Черт, сигареты забыл купить.
successful.
Не возвращайтесь, не надо.
Верите во всякую чепуху. И вы действительно ученый?
Did he ask that because he believes in superstitions? You cannot be a scientist and believe those. I'd say you're probably a better scientist if you believe those now and then. It's like it would be difficult to make this scene more dirty and not nice and bleh. They really tried to make this as an unpleasant life as it could possibly be. No color, no green, everything dirty and nasty. Yeah, how are you supposed to keep your moods up in here? Then again, if you could do that, you'd be epic. Good luck. Such lovely roads. Such lovely everything here so far. And yet they believe that there is something better for them. Somewhere.
Ложись. Не двигайтесь.
Yes? Are they not allowed here? Well, good that they immediately followed his instructions and it worked. Good teamwork so far. But I mean, if there was a zone and it was super dangerous, then why not let people who want to go there? It's like their choice. Everybody can choose how they die. What if you get your wish fulfilled before you do? Or maybe you don't die. Such unpleasant streets. It's like choo-choo, we're also a trade. I mean, there are some plants, but because it's so brownly color graded, we don't see the greenness here, so it looks worse than it actually is in this scene. Why does nobody clean anything? A shit situation is made even more shit by not cleaning it, by keeping it as dirty as it can be. You can be pessimistic in a clean room. It's a little bit harder, though, when it's really nice and sparkly. The room could still be cold, but if the windows are clean, more light gets in. Maybe more hope. Yeah? How much further?
Здесь, пожалуйста.
Okay. Now every rat knows you're here. Is he sleeping or praying? Both.
Вот я давеча говорил вам,
Mm-hmm.
вранье все это. Плевал я на вдохновение. Откуда мне знать, как назвать то, чего я хочу? И откуда мне знать, что на самом-то деле я не хочу того, чего я хочу? Или скажем, что я действительно не хочу того, чего я не хочу? Это все какие-то неуловимые вещи. Стоит их назвать, и их смысл исчезает, тает, растворяется, как медуза на солнце.
Then don't think so much. But at least it's good that he admits that he doesn't know what he wants. He wants something, though.
Сознание мое хочет победы вегетарианства во всем мире, а подсознание изнывает по куску сочного мяса.
Mm-hmm.
А чего же хочу я?
Instead of Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, you have Zone Drift. But it seems they were successful. Just let them in, why do you care?
Идите, посмотрите, там есть на путях дрезина.
Идите назад, я сам.
You suck at sneaking. I want vegetarianism to end, but yet I want a juicy steak. What do I want? What's in the middle? Maybe you want to eat. For a scientist, he's fairly good at sneaking around and parkouring. Well, not really parkour, but he's good on his feet. What happened here? Why so much water indoors? Was there a nuke? Why didn't I just use the card to begin with? But okay. My feet feel wet from looking at this. And I want to pee.
Если кого-нибудь заденет, не кричать, не метаться. Увидят, убьют.
Don't cry out if you're shot. Hard to promise.
А они нас не догонят?
Да
Nah.
что вы? Они ее боятся, как огня.
Maybe you should too.
Кого?
It's not Kovo. Of the zone, I think they're afraid of. It's a nice hat. It is a useful skill to be able to just sleep wherever. I do not possess such a skill. Color. Does it mean that we're in the zone? This is how that's shown in this movie? But if we are in the zone, then any oxygen molecule could kill you if they're wired wrongly. This is a scary place. I remember from the book. Everything will kill you in countless ways. This looks like it could smell really nice. Very fresh. Very cold. Compared to the city, this is wonderful. Just live here.
Ну вот, мы дома.
Yeah, home at last. Take your wife, your kid. Come
Тихо
here.
как.
Yeah.
Это самое тихое место на свете. Вы потом сами увидите.
No birds.
Так красиво. Тут ведь нет никого.
Мы же здесь.
Ну, 3 человека за один день не могут здесь все испоганить.
Почему не могут? Могут.
There was this joke my dad really liked. There's optimist and pessimist is talking, and the pessimist is like, this cannot get any worse. And the optimist is like, it can. Like 3 people cannot ruin it. Yes, they can. We can do it. Yay. You know, believe in yourself. You could ruin it. So the stalker guy wants some peace and quiet. Understandable. Why does he go back to his wife then if there's not peace and quiet there? Why doesn't he bring the peace and quiet to her, you know?
Странно. Цветами почему-то не пахнет.
Flowers don't have scent here?
Я тоже его спрашивал, зачем. Он говорит, потом сам поймешь. Мне
Good
кажется,
answer.
он просто возненавидел зону.
Why?
А это что, фамилия такая? Дикобраз.
Probably
Да
not.
нет, кличка так же, как и у вас.
Кличка.
Мой учитель.
Um,
Он мне глаза открыл.
mm.
И звали его тогда не Дикобраз, а так и называли. Учитель. А потом что-то с ним случилось. Сломалось в нем что-то. Хотя, по-моему, он просто был наказан. А я пройдусь, пожалуй.
I wonder what happened to the teacher. What happens to us when we lose that zest? And where to get it again? Where to find it again?
Мне тут надо...
Understandable.
Может быть, просто хочет побыть один.
Зачем? Здесь и втроем-то как-то неуютно.
Свидание с зоной, он же сталкер.
It's his realm.
А что там насчет этого, дикобраза? И
Дикобраз.
что значит был наказан?
Yeah, good question.
Это что, фигура речи?
Scared?
В один прекрасный день дикобраз вернулся отсюда и неожиданно разбогател.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't make him happy. It took everything from him.
Это что, наказание такое?
Punishment
А
is later.
через неделю повесился.
Почему?
Тише.
Это что еще такое?
Дикобраз. That's our stalker in his true form. He has regained his freedom, his wildness. Ew. Are we gonna go in there? This spooky house. Is this a dangerous meadow? Okay. Meadow understands. And a little wormsy on his finger. Are you calibrating? He does seem to look more at peace now. While these two are waiting, he's just like, I'm gonna just go and lay in the grass. Yeah, why not? Yeah, he did seem recharged by that. More at peace. Good for him.
Примерно лет 20 тому назад здесь будто бы упал метеорит.
Okay.
Метеорит этот искали, ну и, конечно, ничего не нашли.
Почему, конечно?
Потом тут стали пропадать.
He asks good questions. He's one of like us, the viewers, who doesn't understand what's going on, and he in the movie also doesn't understand what's going on, and so he's getting answers for us.
Ну и, наконец, решили, что метеорит этот не совсем метеорит. Вот тут и поползли слухи, что где-то в зоне есть место,
That grants wishes?
где исполняется желание.
Yeah.
Ну, естественно, зону стали охранять как зеницу ока.
God forbid wishes come true. No. But yeah, a lot of people, you know, be careful what you wish for. It might come true, you know? Yeah, for who knows what desires a person might have. Maybe somebody wishes for there to be a meteorite that wipes out this entire planet. Can that wish be granted? To him, sure, but for the rest of us, can we decide to want to live? How does that work? The cost of wishes.
Что же это было, если не метеорит?
Чудо.
Ну, я же говорю, неизвестно. Да ничего я не думаю. Что угодно. Послание человечеству, как говорит один мой коллега.
Good.
Или подарок.
Or a teaching. A test.
Ничего себе подарочек. Зачем им это понадобилось?
To make us happy. I don't think so. Unless it's to show that we were already happy to begin with. It was the mindset that needed to shift. And so they grant us wishes so we can see that that's not what we truly need to be happy. So no, I don't think it makes us happy, the zone and the wish granting mechanism. Yeah, it's like a test, I think. Test who we are, really.
Стояли здесь, когда возникла зона.
They might be dead now.
В зоне никого нет и быть не может.
Why?
Ну что же, пора.
Let's go. Will it explode? If he didn't do that to test whether the road is safe, then I'm confused.
А как же мы вернемся?
Здесь не возвращаются.
В каком смысле?
So he just sent it back as protocol demands. When you get to the place that grants wishes, then it just yeets you back into reality, I guess. That's what he's saying. I mean, he's been here and he's come back, so we trust him as our guide.
Каждый раз я буду давать направление. Отклоняться от этого направления опасно.
Yep. Will they all survive?
Теперь вы.
At least I didn't have to spend a lot of money for this set design here, just a meadow. But it's a mystical meadow. It's a zone meadow. It has hidden traps in it. I'm scared. Why is this shot so ominously? Is it ominous? Stop it. Me scared. There's a person that's charred in there. Yep. Tanks. A pile of tanks in the middle. Quite a sight.
Господи.
Yep.
Я еще мальчишкой был. Тогда все думали, что нас кто-то завоевать хочет. Умники. Давайте вы, профессор.
Why does he send them first? Yeah. Umniki, he said, you know, whenever something happens, we need to, you know, answer the tanks first, of course. But, you know, just to be sure. Why don't the flowers have scent here? It upsets me. Also, he said people don't live here. Does the zone vomit you out if you stay for too long? Very nice meadow. Are there ticks here? Is the main question. I wonder why he stays behind instead of going first. I wish they showed what happens if you trigger a trap. Kukushka. Three dudes in a meadow, basically. Going through unforeseen dangers.
Вот там и есть ваша комната.
Already?
Нам туда.
So he chose not the most direct way now. Well, I don't think they will show us what happens if you trigger something, but... Are you losing it? Don't lose your faith now.
Оставьте! Нельзя! Не надо! Не трогайте! Да не трогайте же вы!
Да вы что? Спятили? Вы что?
Зона требует к себе уважения, иначе она карает.
Карает. Только попробуйте еще раз что-нибудь такое.
Да, подняться, войти и сразу налево. Только мы здесь не пойдем. Мы пойдем кругом.
Okay.
Это еще зачем?
Zone demands respect. That's nice. I like this zone. Will the rider dude die, or the stalker will keep him alive long enough?
Здесь не ходят. В зоне вообще прямой путь не самый короткий. Чем дальше, тем меньше риск.
Учиться куда-то в обход, а здесь все перед носом. И здесь риск, и там риск. Какого черта?
Знаете, вы очень легкомысленно к этому относитесь.
Mm-hmm.
Ну их. Вы как хотите, а я пойду.
Да он просто невменяем.
Сами вы знаете ли.
Можно мне?
And I return the compliment. I wonder if they let him leave and go his own way and, you know, let's say he gets killed, but do these two get punished because they were in association with him? If the zone demands respect and a correct attitude, or are you protected from bullshit just because you're a patient person? Why is he already so impatient? It has barely been a day or half a day. Because the goal is so close? Well. My drink.
Ну что ж, тогда тем более.
He pissed. Just calm down. They didn't throw the thingy.
Постойте.
Да уберите вы руки.
Хорошо. Я вас туда не посылал. Вы сами идете. По доброй воле.
Сам и по доброй. Что еще?
Ничего. Идите.
I don't want him to be brutally murdered right now.
Если вы вдруг что-то заметите или даже только почувствуете что-то особое, немедленно возвращайтесь.
Только не кидайте мне железки в затылок.
Still pissed. No! The suspense is suspensing me. That's not how grass should sound like. I wouldn't want him to die. He had some good thoughts. I would like him to figure out what he wants and to get that. So I hope if he notices something strange, he goes back. And then he listens. And I spend an hour getting here.
Стойте, не двигайтесь. Зачем вы?
Что? Зачем?
Зачем вы его остановили?
Как? Я думал, это вы.
None of their voices. It was the zone. Go back. Go back. You'll get there anyway.
Что
No rush.
случилось? Зачем вы меня остановили?
Я
Wasn't
вас не
that
останавливал.
А кто?
the zone?
Вы?
Yourself?
Черт его знает.
Вперед идти страшно, назад совестно. Вот и скомандовал сам себе не своим голосом. Даже отрезвел со страху.
Что?
Прекратите.
Ты что? Doesn't like truth.
Зона – это очень сложная система ловушек, что ли.
Mm-hmm.
И все они смертельны.
Oh.
Не знаю, что здесь происходит в отсутствии человека. Но стоит тут появиться людям, как все здесь приходит в движение. Бывшие ловушки исчезают, появляются новые. Безопасные места становятся непроходимыми. Может даже показаться, что она капризна. Но в каждый момент она такова, какой мы ее сами сделали, своим состоянием.
That's good then, if you have a good attitude. And what? Knowledge of self? Your intentions? Then this is not a dangerous place for you. I don't think this particularly has anything to do with good and evil. Maybe just the purity of your intention?
Не знаю, не уверен. Мне так кажется, что пропускает на тех, у кого надежд больше никаких не осталось.
Oh.
Не плохих или хороших, а несчастных.
Oh.
Но даже самый разнесчастный гибнет здесь в трещоты, если не умеет себя вести.
That's such a good sentence. Just because you're extremely unhappy doesn't mean that this is a safe place for you. You could still die. So, unhappiness is an important ingredient to succeed here, but it's not the only one. You need to conduct yourself accordingly, with respect, with slowness, with patience, and be unhappy. But yeah, if it fulfills your wishes, what is this? You're unhappy, so you're here and you ask for a wish to be granted, but it's never what you truly wanted, so I hope they have a very nice poetic explanation about what it is that we want, truly. And maybe how little we need to get that, and that maybe we don't need a zone. Or maybe it's there to show us that we don't need it. I don't know. I wonder where they will go with it, but I hope that they explain this. I would like a nice spoon-fed phrases that resonate. That's my wish from the zone. Am I unhappy?
А вы знаете, я вас, пожалуй, здесь подожду. Пока вы назад не пойдете.
Это невозможно.
Уверяю вас, у меня с собой бутерброды, термос.
Во-первых, без меня вы здесь и часу не выдержите.
А во-вторых?
А во-вторых, здесь не возвращаются тем путем, каким приходят.
Can't just sit here. Scared.
Ладно, бросайте вашу гайку.
Can I have some of the sandwiches? I didn't eat lunch. I will eat extra many foods tomorrow. I like the fog. It covers the entrance now.
Вы что, устали?
Duh. It's wonderful though. The zone is there, the promised room is there in a couple steps. And instead you need to go for hours and hours and hours and hours very slowly around it. And a lot of times maybe you're going directly away from it. It's a really nice test of patience, really. But does anything good come to us if we're not patient, right? So I wonder what each of them will wish for. Can you just wish to return?
О, Господи.
No. Что?
Опять, кажется, наставление будет читать, судя по тону.
Maybe you require a lecture.
И пусть посмеются над своими страстями. Ведь то, что они называют страстью, на самом деле не душевная энергия, а лишь трение между душой и внешним миром. А главное, пусть поверят в себя и станут беспомощными, как дети. Потому что слабость велика, а сила ничтожна.
Softness is strength.
Когда человек родится, он слаб и гибок. Когда умирает, он крепок и черств.
That's very beautiful.
Черствость и сила – спутники смерти.
Wow.
Гибкость и слабость выражают свежесть бытия. Поэтому, что отвердело, то не победит.
Words to live by. I'm immediately thinking of some dude who's going to the gym and lifting something. Must go hard, must become hard. Yeah. Must kill all the softness. Me tank, me go, me wall, me concrete. Yeah. You die in the zone. Yeah, he doesn't say soft as weak, just soft as malleable. Flexibility. Thank you, that was a very nice lecture. I feel better about being softer. Yeah, hardness is armor. If you're strong, you don't require it. Right. What else he said? Desire is a friction between your soul and the outside world. I mean, it sounds very profound. I just can't visualize it. So then I guess we shouldn't worry much about desires then. If it's the outside world friction that causes them, it has nothing to do with what matters. Well, I guess it can show us, desire can show us where the path isn't. Or where it is. The opposite of it. Thank you for your wisdoms.
А как же мой рюкзак?
А что случилось с рюкзаком?
Как что случилось? Я его там оставил. Я же не знал, что мы идем.
Теперь уж ничего не поделаешь.
Нет, что?
Don't go.
Надо вернуться.
Это невозможно.
Да я не могу без рюкзака.
Здесь не возвращаются.
Да плюньте вы на этот рюкзак. Что у вас там? Бриллианты?
Вы
Sandwiches.
забыли, куда идете. Комната даст вам все, что захотите.
Действительно.
Very sensitive to our attachments, aren't we? Humans. Leave it behind. They're going very far away from the room to get to the room. Have you sobered up from your impatience demons?
Ну вот и сухой тоннель.
Ничего себе сухой.
Relatively dry.
Постойте, а где профессор? Что? Профессор пропал!
No!
Да не заблудился он за рюкзаком, наверное, вернулся.
No, he was not able to let go of his sandwiches and water, whatever he had. Why would the backpack be so important? And he looked like he was understanding the ways of this place. No, I wanted all three of them to to get to the room. Well, maybe the professor will show up in some weird ways. That could happen. Wow.
Смотрите, что это? Откуда?
Я же вам объяснял.
Что объяснял?
Just no need to ask questions where this is from. It's the zone. It breathes on its own. Nice. Are those syringes?
Вот и он.
He's alive. With his sandwiches and his tea or whatever it is, coffee, water. That's so nice. Stalker dude was sure we'll never see him again, but the question is this the same professor now?
Как же зона нас пропустила?
You earned it with your nice lecture.
Я уж грешным делом думал, что профессор не выберется. Я ведь никогда не знаю заранее, каких людей я веду. Все выясняется только здесь, когда уж поздно бывает.
Isn't that like always? Things only make sense once they've already passed, once it's too late, once you can't change them. The main thing is that the professor's rucksack is safe. Yes, that's the most important thing. Are we even humans without our sandwiches?
Набьем-ка мы наш рюкзак всякими там манометрами, дерьмометрами. И все здешние чудеса поверим алгеброй.
Insults.
Писателишка вы задрипанный, психолог доморощенный. Вам бы стены в сортирах расписывать. Трепло бездарное.
Вяло. Не умеете. Не знаете вы, как это делается?
Hi.
Во всем вашем человечестве меня интересует только один человек. Я, то есть. Стою я чего-нибудь, или я такое же дерьмо, как некоторые прочие.
He's out of zone now.
В спорах рождается истина, будь она проклята.
Truth is born in arguments. Well, I guess if you wrestle with it. So why did the color shift now?
Послушайте, Чинганчгук, ведь вы приводили сюда множество людей.
Не так много, как бы мне хотелось.
Чего они хотели?
Скорее всего, счастье.
Ну да, но какого именно счастья?
To each their own?
Люди не любят говорить о сокровенном.
People don't like to reveal their innermost thoughts. Yeah. But those are the most interesting. Why speak if not about that, you know? Anyway, that concerns neither you nor me.
А я вот за всю жизнь не видел ни одного счастливого человека.
А я тоже.
А сами вы никогда не хотели этой комнаткой попользоваться?
He knows what it does.
А мне и так хорошо.
Good. This is strange. Is he in two places at the same time? Yes. What is that supposed to be? Gold. So in the end, I couldn't deal with my hunger, and so I ate 3 hard-boiled eggs with salt because I didn't have anything else. I didn't go buy anything. And while I was waiting for the water to boil and then for the eggs to boil, I thought, I'm so glad that I watched this movie. I'm already glad that I'm halfway through it because, I woke up today and I just was done with everything. And also, I was thinking of, it's these powerful men that have everything, but do not have the one thing that's the most meaningful, right? And here, this dude is like, there's strength in softness and strength in, flexibility in your character, strength in patience, and strength in respect. And that he's fine as he is. That's so beautiful. I don't even know. I haven't heard anything like this in a while. I wish he wasn't that tortured. Yeah, this is just lovely that somebody reminds you what truly matters. It's not your suit or your bank account or your muscles or any of that. Yeah, it's what they're doing here. Think about how many CEOs would just lay here on some moss and be quite chillaxed about it. Is that what is the most important in life? Your Gucci suit. Really. Yeah, and maybe that is why you do not have your forever love or whatever it is you think you want. Now, how about more of this? Simplicity, patience, respect, softness, malleability. Being fine with what is. And not wishing for anything if a magical place of wishes being granted is offered to you. How about that? So thank you, movie. Russian stuff is typically extremely sorrowful, but this is nice. This gives me hope. This already has made me feel better. How about everything? Yeah. Maybe the egg helped. It's all about food, isn't it?
Положим, войду я в эту комнату и вернусь в наш богом забытый город гением. Вы следите?
Yeah.
Но и человек пишет, потому что мучается, сомневается.
Yes, that's the only way.
Ему все время надо доказывать себе и окружающим, что он чего-нибудь достоит.
Such torturous life.
А если я буду знать наверняка, что я гений, зачем мне писать тогда? Какого рожна?
So, do you then want anything from the room? Sleeping on the moss gets all the wisdoms out of you. Don't worry, if you're a writer, you'll always have something to write. You can also write about the things you know. Not just the torment. That's just one prism. Writing something or painting something or singing something out of a place of torment. You can do it from any other place as well. Try it, see what happens.
Чтобы...
Сделайте любезность, но оставьте вы меня в покое.
А человечество существует для того, чтобы создавать произведения искусства.
Good.
Это, во всяком случае, бескорыстно, в отличие от всех других человеческих действий.
You're not quite there yet.
О каком бескорыстии вы говорите? Люди еще с голоду мрут. Вы что, с луны свалились?
Nothing to say anymore, hmm?
Уж не собираетесь ли вы учить меня смыслу жизни?
Provide your wisdoms.
И мыслить заодно.
Бесполезно. Вы хоть и профессор, а темный.
Oh, wow. That's quite a marsh. But the writer isn't much smarter either. I don't think you are smart if you think you are. This is pretty. Maybe the answer is in the wind. Are you okay, my man? I wonder if is he both in the zone and not in the zone? He looks a bit dead. He's probably fine.
И цари земные, и вельможи,
That's his wife talking.
богатые, и тысяченачальники, и сильные, и всякие свободные скрылись в пещеры и в ущелье гор. И говорят горам и камням: падите на нас и скройте нас от лица сидящего на престоле и от гнева Агнца. Ибо пришел великий день гнева его, и кто сможет устоять?
The wrath of the Lamb? There was way more wisdom there that I could immediately understand. But I like that everybody hit. The rich and the poor hit. We are the same at some point.
между собой о всех сих событиях, когда они разговаривают.
Oh, they were arguing so much, and now they're sleeping next to each other. It's cute.
Вот вы говорили тут о смысле нашего жизни, бескорыстности искусства. Вот, скажем, музыка. Она и с действительностью-то менее всего связана. Вернее, если и связана, то безыдейно, механически, пустым звуком, без ассоциаций. И тем не менее, музыка каким-то чудом проникает в самую душу.
Каким-то чудом. Yeah, that it does.
Ведь все в конечном счете имеет свой смысл.
They look happier already. I like that they're listening now, and I like that the writer dude wanted to say something, but he stopped. Because there's nothing you say to this. You just listen. Yeah, but music is quite something. I mentioned the flute song, you know, the music in the background. That speaks to me way more than, you know, the movie itself or the dialogues, although some of them speak to me, but there is something about music that goes through. Yeah, because you don't need words or concepts or anything known. It's just there. And you don't get to build walls around that.
Это что же, туда идти?
К сожалению, другого пути нет.
Bleh. Into the stinky slump.
Как-то тускло. А, профессор?
Rather gloomy.
Тут мне как-то идти первым нежелательно.
Видимо, надо тащить жребий. Спасибо.
Leave it to faith.
Пойдет длинная.
But he is not gonna go himself first.
Длинная. На этот раз не повезло.
Well, if you don't want to go first, maybe you should. Be brave.
Ладно. Иду.
Good job. He'll probably be fine. Just be respectful of the place. It sounds wrong. I thought it would sound slimier. Why did they move out of the way? But I like that he's way more respectful of the zone now. He's like genuinely concerned and afraid and, I don't know, intrigued and wants to know what's going on. Not like he was before, when he just wanted to go straight for it.
Здесь дверь какая-то.
Открывайте дверь и входите. Что у вас там? Тут нельзя с оружием. Вы же погибнете так и нас погубите. Бросьте, я вас очень прошу. Вы что?
Did he have a gun all this time? Why does he have a gun? Well, I take it back. He is not fully respectful of this place.
Ну в кого вы там будете стрелять?
My own demons. They can't be killed by bullets, though.
Только не ходите никуда. Ждите наверху, у выхода.
Okay.
У вас, надеюсь, ничего такого нет?
Нет, у меня на крайний случай ампула.
Какая ампула?
Ну, ампула зашита. Яд.
Боже мой. Вы что ж, умирать сюда пришли?
Это так, на всякий случай. Ампула.
Is that why he wanted to protect his rucksack? Bye-bye.
Да верните же, самоубийца! Я же вам сказал ждать у входа! Стойте, не двигайтесь!
At least they're showing us some interesting effects now.
Это все ваша труба. Что? Ничего.
No! He died? So close. No, he's not dead. There's no end to it. Oh, there is. This is a very pretty set. This is how you summon golems and Balrog, by the way. Orcs.
Да фактов вообще не бывает, а уж здесь и подавно. Здесь все кем-то выдумано. Все это чья-то идиотская выдумка.
Don't call it idiotic.
Чья совесть от них заболит? Моя? У меня нет совести. У меня есть только нервы. Душу вложишь, сердце свое вложишь, сожрут и душу, и сердце. Мерзость вынешь из души, жрут мерзость. Журналисты, редакторы, критики, бабы какие-то непрерывные. И все требуют: давай, давай. Какой из меня к черту писатель, если я ненавижу писать?
Oh.
Если для меня это мука, болезненное, постыдное занятие, что-то вроде выдавливания геморроя. Ведь я раньше думал, что от моих книг кто-то становится лучше. Да не нужен я никому. Я сдохну, а через 2 дня меня забудут и начнут жрать кого-нибудь другого. Ведь я думал переделать их, а переделали-то меня по своему образу и подобию. Раньше будущее было только продолжением настоящего, а все перемены маячили где-то там, за горизонтами. А теперь будущее слилось с настоящим. Они ничего не желают знать, они только жрут.
Good that he's letting that out. And no, we should never change us for them. I don't think he found any hope. Just yet.
Вот послушайте. На пригреве тепло. Только этого мало. Мне и вправду везло. Только этого мало. Это ведь не часто бывает, чтобы все дошли, кто вышел. И вы правильно вели себя. Вы хорошие, добрые, честные люди. Я горжусь тем, что не ошибся.
Судьба, зона. Я, видите ли, прекрасный человек. А меня, как существо 2-го сорта, сунул в эту трубу. Мясорубка. Слово-то какое. Да какое ты имеешь право решать, кому жить, а кому в мясорубке лезть?
Я ничего не выбираю, поверьте, вы сами выбрали.
Что я сам выбрал? Одну длинную спичку из 2 длинных?
Спички – это ерунда. Я никогда сам не выбираю. Я всегда боюсь. Вы не представляете себе, как-то страшно ошибиться.
Should I pick up the phone?
Да. Нет, это не клиника.
This is the zone.
Не трогайте!
Breakers of rules.
9-ю лабораторию, пожалуйста.
1 минутку.
Что тебе надо?
Всего несколько слов. Вы спрятали, я нашел. Старое здание, 4-й бункер. Да, я всю жизнь чего-то боялся. Я даже тебя боялся.
Not,
Но
not
теперь
anymore?
мне совсем не страшно, уверяю тебя.
Тебе просто всю жизнь хотелось мне нагадить за то, что 20 лет назад я переспал с твоей женой. Теперь ты в восторге, что тебе наконец удалось со мной сквитаться. Иди, делай свою гнусность. Не смей вешать трубку. Тюрьма еще не самое страшное, что тебя ожидает. Главное, что ты сам себе никогда не простишь этого, я знаю.
Что это вы там такое затеяли? А, профессор?
А вы представляете, что будет, когда в эту самую комнату поверят все? И когда они все кинутся сюда?
The zone will not let them come here.
Да никто из сталкеров и не знает, с чем сюда приходят. И с чем отсюда уходят те, которых вы ведете. А мафия в правительствах не ваши ли это клиенты?
Неужели вы верите в эти сказки?
В страшные, да. В добрые нет, а в страшные сколько угодно.
Да бросьте.
If you believe in one of them and not the other one, what's the difference? Either believe in all of them or none of them. It's the same thing. You believe. That is what makes it real, not the thing itself.
Ну, деньги. Баба, ну там месть.
But
Чтоб начальника машиной переехал. Ну, это туда-сюда.
I love what you. Oh, I just love what he just said. You know, simple things we want. Yeah, a woman, your boss to get run over. You know, the normal things. Yeah, those we can wish for. Those we are granted. But world domination? Nah. Bob.
Да нет, разве может быть счастье за счет несчастья других?
Not allowed.
Но вы не обольщайтесь. Я вас не прощу.
I like the room with the sand. This place cannot be evil. It has birds in it. Yes. What are we looking at?
Вот мы с вами стоим на пороге. Это самый важный момент в вашей жизни. Здесь исполнится ваше самое заветное желание, самое искреннее, самое выстраданное. Говорить ничего не надо. Когда человек думает о прошлом, он становится добрее. А главное,
Yes. What's the most important thing?
главное верить.
Why are you so tortured
Ну,
now?
а теперь идите.
Interesting he said that when you think about the past, you become kinder. Well, maybe. That's only if you learn from it. If you just sit there, then it hardens you. So just thinking about it by itself, I don't think makes you kinder. You need to think about it in a specific way, I think.
Кто хочет первым?
Я? Нет, я не хочу. Во-первых, если я стану вспоминать свою жизнь, то вряд ли стану добрее.
When you're at the threshold of your desire, your deepest desire being granted to you, you suddenly chicken out. Do you even know what it is that you desire? If you cannot pick something, if the deepest thing will become true, I don't even know what that would be in my case. Haven't explored. Haven't cared.
Это всего-навсего бомба.
Что-что?
Просто бомба, 20 килотонн.
Зачем?
Just in case.
Мы собрали ее с друзьями, с бывшими моими коллегами. Никому, как видно, никакого счастья место это не принесет.
He wants to blow it up.
А если попадет в дурные руки, впрочем, я теперь уже не знаю. Нам тогда пришло в голову,
To hell with
что
it.
разрушать зону все-таки нельзя. Они спрятали эту мину, а я ее нашел. Старое здание, 4-й бункер.
That's the phone call. Have you lost all hope?
Существовать принцип. Никогда не совершать необратимых действий. Я ведь понимаю, я ведь не маньяк.
Mm-hmm.
Но пока эта язва здесь открыта для всякой сволочи, ни сна, ни покоя.
I think you're underestimating this place. Probably will not let you destroy it. Unless that's what's needed. What did they say? It's difficult to make choices. What if you make the wrong one? So here, he wants to destroy it so that evil people don't get their wishes granted. But do you know what? But do you understand what it is that you're destroying if you do it? I don't think he does. Not that I do, or any of us do, I guess, but not that anyone does, but is it up to you? Also, if his truest desire is for this place to not exist, he could go into the room and that desire will be granted. Right? That's how it would work. Well, if the zone let him live for this long, then for a reason. I think this is a for a reason place.
Что же надежда ваша хочет уничтожить? Отдайте!
We need to have a talk. Like a serious one.
Ведь ничего не осталось у людей на земле больше. Это ведь единственное место, куда можно прийти, если надеяться больше не на что.
Я же тебя насквозь вижу. Плевать ты хотел на людей. Ты же деньги зарабатываешь на нашей тоске. Да не в деньгах даже дело. Ты же здесь наслаждаешься. Ты же здесь царь и бог. Ты лицемерная гнида, решаешь, кому жить, а кому умереть.
Неправда, неправда. Вы ошибаетесь. Сталкеру нельзя входить в комнату. Сталкеру
Forbidden.
вообще нельзя входить в зону с корыстной целью. Нельзя. Вспомните дикобраза. Да. Вы правы, я гнида, я ничего не сделал. В этом мире ничего не могу здесь сделать. Я и жене не смог ничего дать. Но моего вы у меня не отнимайте. У меня и так уж все отняли там. За колючей проволокой. Все мое здесь, понимаете? Здесь. В зоне. Счастье мое. Свобода моя, достоинство, все здесь. Я ведь привожу сюда таких же, как я, несчастных, замученных. Им не на что больше надеяться. А я могу, понимаете, я могу им помочь. Никто им помочь не может, а я гнида могу. Я от счастья плакать готов, что могу им помочь. Вот и все. Ничего не хочу больше.
First of all, I'm curious how he thinks, exactly how he helps them. And also, this place is his biggest desire, you know, for the zone to exist and for him to bring people here. But can he desire things outside? Can he find meaning outside? I don't get the sense that even he has figured out what it is that he wants. Some more dialogue needs to happen. But I appreciate his breakdown. Seemed very genuine.
Ты ведь понятия не имеешь, что здесь делается.
Neither do you.
Вот почему, по-твоему, повесился дикобраз? Да здесь он понял, что не просто желания, а сокровенные желания исполняются.
You can't wish for things here. The wishing is done for you. After your soul has been scanned for the wishes.
Здесь то сбудется, что натуре твоей соответствует сути, о которой ты понятия не имеешь, и она в тебе сидит и всю жизнь тобой управляет. Кожаный чулок не понял. Дикобраза не алчность одолела. Да он по этой луже на коленях ползал, брата вымаливал. А получил кучу денег. И ничего иного получить не мог. Потому что дикобразу дикобразово. А совесть, душевные муки, это все придумано от головы. Понял он все это и повесился.
As if you cannot change your deepest desires. I think you can, and we should.
Не пойду я в твою комнату. Не хочу дрянь, которая у меня накопилась, никому на голову выливать. Даже на твою.
The filth of my soul. Well, if he says that, then maybe there isn't as much filth as he thinks there is.
Лучше уж я в своем вонючем писательском особняке сопьюсь тихо и мирно. Вы видели хоть одного человека, который здесь был бы осчастливлен?
He already said no. He already said before that he hasn't never met a happy person, neither before or after the zone. This place doesn't make you happy. That's not its purpose. What do you truly desire?
Тогда я вообще ничего не понимаю.
Good. Now finally we can start. This is ground zero. Now that there is nothing, there can be something. Voila. Good. We've arrived, finally, at the most meaningful place.
Какой же смысл сюда ходить?
Yeah, good point. Good question. Let's just sit here and be sad and ponder life. Listening to beautiful birdsong. Is this how it will end? He's still breaking apart his bomb.
Взять жену, мартышку и перебраться сюда. Навсегда. Никого здесь нет. Никто их не обидит.
Beautiful thing to want. Except he said no one can live here. So none of them went into the room. They brought the dog back. Dog wolf. So we've been through it, you know.
Вернулся. А это откуда?
Там
Чудо.
пристала. Не бросать же ее.
Ну что, пойдем. Мартышка ждет.
Has anything changed?
Ладно, пойдем.
Where? The existentiality continues. Yes. Wait, she has color. This is no longer brown. Floor, you understand me.
Если вы только знали, как я устал.
Sleep.
Еще называют тебя интеллигентами, эти писатели, ученые.
Успокойся.
Они же не верят ни во что. У них же орган этот, которым верят, атрофировался.
Успокойся.
За ненадобностью.
Who cares about their faith? How about yours?
Они ведь каждую минуту думают о том, чтобы не продешевить. Чтобы продать себя подороже. Чтобы им все оплатили, каждое душевное движение.
Why are you so bothered by it?
Успокойся.
Yeah.
Не надо. Постарайся уснуть, а?
И никто не верит. Не только эти двое. Никто. Кого же мне водить туда?
Take yourself?
Самое страшное, что не нужно это никому. Никому не нужна эта комната. И все мои усилия ни к чему.
Ну, хочешь, я пойду с тобой? Туда.
Aw,
Хочешь?
Куда?
such a nice
Думаешь,
wife.
мне не о чем будет попросить?
Нет. Это нельзя.
Почему?
Нет.
Why not?
А вдруг тебе тоже ничего не выйдет?
He needs at least one hope.
Вы знаете, мама была очень против. Он же сталкер, он же смертник, он же вечный арестант. И дети. Вспомни, какие дети бывают у сталкеров. А я даже и не спорила. А только что я могла сделать? Я уверена была, что с ним мне будет хорошо. Я знала, что и горя будет много.
Is she the only happy person?
Но только уж лучше горькое счастье, чем серая унылая жизнь. А тогда он просто подошел ко мне и сказал: пойдем со мной. И я пошла. И никогда потом не жалела. И горя было много, и страшно было, и стыдно было. Но я никогда не жалела и никогда никому не завидовала. Просто такая судьба, такая жизнь, такие мы. А если бы не было в нашей жизни горя, то лучше бы не было. Хуже было бы, потому что тогда и счастья бы тоже не было.
Smart woman.
И не было бы надежды. Вот.
Yeah. It's about the contrast. Do fish know about water? That's all they're in, right? So if there was only happiness, we wouldn't know that it's there. So the sorrow is there and the pain is there to show that that's not all that is there, not all the time. Oh, why not? Don't smash it. Don't be a cat. Girl. What do you desire, child? Are those dandelion fluffs that are flying all around her whenever we see her? There are a bunch of them on her head now. Or is she... Is she the hope for humanity? A child like this? Doesn't talk much, though. Конец фильма. The end. What a movie. Yeah, I'm very puzzled by the child because it was said that stalkers, people who bring others into the zone, that they have special children. And she wasn't affected by the brownness. She had extra powers. Is that because she believes? She came to this world with belief ingrained in her. Yeah, that's interesting. The child is what I wasn't paying attention to or thought that would become relevant, because I like the fact that all three of them just sat at the threshold and didn't wish for anything, because it's dangerous to go in there, because you can't just wish for what you would like to wish for. You know, your deepest desire is granted. And who of us knows what that is and what that could do to us or the world, right? It would be irresponsible to go in without some proper soul searching before. Yeah, very curious about the girl. And if she sees color, then there is hope. Is she Hope? Is that her name? Oh, she's Monkey. Or her official name. Yeah, I'm not sure what in addition should I conclude from this, or, well, not should, but what I conclude from this, because I still stand by the things I said, that I like, you know, the calmness and patience and softness displayed here, although, you know, our main character or Stalker is still very plagued by some sort of sorrows. It's not quite there yet, and he says those two others, their eyes are closed and they just wish for grand things, but he himself wishes that he has the zone and he can bring people there, and that's his contribution. So he also wants to be useful, to have a grand sort of meaning that he is the bringer of people into the zone. He said he wanted to teach them something, or to show them something, to change them. Well, that was the writer said he wanted to change people, and they didn't. They changed him. And now this Stalker also says that, I think it's implied that he wants people to be changed, for their eyes to be opened when they go to the zone. And every time he brings them and every time they fail, his eyes are more and more closed. So there's something to be said about that. It's not like he himself seemed overly peaceful. At least he is wise enough to not go into the final room. Yeah, the girl is a very interesting character. Yeah, what's with the color? I'm very curious. I will do some research. No, you never get answers from research. You get answers here. You can satisfy your mind. That's what we want, don't we? Some sort of comfort in knowledge, in facts. Yeah, he said there are no facts in the zone. What would the equivalent of a zone be in our real life? Is there a place we can go? Or is it internal always? That would be then less interesting. Maybe you can go to the jungle. Yeah, very nice movie. Very long. I've been recording for many hours now, but it took a lot of resources for me to watch. Maybe because of the slowness. Who knows? I felt I was stopping a lot to process it. Not that I could conclude anything of great meaning and impact from it, but at least I think I got sort of what I was needing from it, I guess. Do I feel hopeful now? In the end, well, I like that the girl was in color, and I like that the wife's last dialogue, that there is no happiness without sorrow. And also there is no hope without the absence of hope, you know. I think she didn't say that, but I'm saying that, you know, nature of contrast is implied, that we shift between them. I also like the fact that she said that she doesn't regret anything. That's wonderful. I think, you know, that's probably what everybody on their deathbed wishes they could say, that they regret nothing. that they did what they wanted, that they did what they could, and they're ready to go now. That's cool. A full life without regrets. Happiness will be there, then will not be there. That too shall pass. Moments of sorrow shall pass, moments of happiness shall pass. That's how it goes. Very nice movie, but I feel I need to sit in it a little bit more. There's a lot of wisdom in the slowness of it, and I'm trying to fastly think of something smart to say. So obviously I'm stuck. That's not how you arrive to smart things to say, by spinning your mind fastly. Yeah, I feel like I should reread the book now. I definitely don't think I got this vibe from the book, but I don't remember it much. So, what should I do with my desires now? Anyway, well, I wonder how many of you have seen this movie and what you think of it. And but in any case, thank you for watching and see you.